it takes so long? I'm tired of talking.
Welcome to the Wake Up with Jim and Saab podcast.
Hey!
Or wala pa ba dapat?
Sobrang tagal lang nire-request ng mga tao itong next guest natin. We've got Lauren Young in the house. Yay!
Hi!
Well, not literally in the house because we are still doing social distancing, but she's in her safe space at home. Lauren, how's it been during the quarantine?
It's been really well. I had a couple of breakdowns at the start of quarantine, but I think I'm back to my normal self. Diba kasi sabi nila, it's the new normal, and I don't know, sometimes I like that term, sometimes I don't like that term, but right now, this is my new normal. It's mostly just like adjusting to what life is currently throwing at me every day and just dealing with it as days go by.
What were the biggest problems? Diba at the beginning, like you said that you had to adjust. Like, what were the biggest issues?
I think ako kasi, like, I'm the type of person that I really love being out. Like, I'm out like every single day doing random things, not just during the nighttime, but during the daytime as well. Like, I'll find any excuse to step out of my house and like grab coffee, go to the grocery, buy something. Kasi hindi talaga ako homebody. So at first, it was such an adjustment for me that I had no choice but to stay at home. And then eventually, now that medyo nag-loosen up yung mga rules and you can go out, I don't want to go out anymore. Like, I just want to stay at home and never leave.
Yeah.
So you've never been a homebody?
Never at all. Like, as in, every day, lalabas ako ng bahay, even if it's just for like 30 minutes or an hour, just so that I could physically leave my house. But I think it also comes with the fact that, like, I had a lot of really dark times in my life. Like, I wasn't sure about who I was, what made me happy, what I wanted to do. So I used going out as an escape to... Oh, bigla naging deep bigla eh. But
Ang bilis.
But like, that's just my truth. Like, I wasn't happy with myself, like, to the point that I really hated myself, that I would use going out as a distraction para I wouldn't stay at home and be left with my own thoughts and having to deal with the problems in my life. So, like, this quarantine has actually been really good for me because I've learned so much about myself that I think I wouldn't have learned if I wasn't put in this situation, in this forced situation, to just be at home without my boyfriend, without my mom, without my sister, and to just deal with things on my own.
Is it true na parang you just... It's because you don't want to be alone with yourself? Meaning, back then, if you were to be friends with yourself, you didn't really like being friends with yourself.
Oh my God. Like,
now that you've gotten to know yourself because you're forced to just be by yourself, do you love yourself more now, do you think?
Parang, cause like I have housemates with me here, so syempre it's very different when you're with family, and it's different when you're with friends. And these are my friends from Subic. So parang what do you call this? A few weeks ago, kinausap ko siya, tas umiiyak ako, but I was actually really, really happy, and I was crying because I told you this the other day. I was like, it's like I had an epiphany of who I was and what I was meant to do and why I'm here and what do I want out of this life. And if this was a couple of months ago, I would honestly say that, I would never be friends with someone like me. I used to be so... Like, I was an arrogant bitch, like, honestly. I was so cocky. I thought, like, I knew everything, and when people would tell me otherwise, I wouldn't take it as constructive criticism. I would take it as an attack on me. And now when things are thrown in my face that I don't agree with, instead of being a brat about it and trying to constantly prove my point, even if it's a wrong point, I adjust, I learn, and I take into consideration the things that they say to me, and it helps me better myself as a person, and it makes me happier that, hey, maybe I can adjust, maybe I do have more things to learn, and maybe I am not a know-it-all, I shouldn't be a know-it-all, and parang, ayun, I think right now, I'm just so much happier because I have been forced to lock myself in this small space that's my mind, and just really deal with the things that I couldn't deal with before because I was too distracted with my everyday life.
I'm so proud of you, Lo. I mean,
Thanks.
I think our age gap is 5 years. Is it?
I'm 26. 6
You're
years.
26.
Yeah.
I'm 30. 31.
31 ka na ata. 6 years, alam ko 6 years tayo. 6 years. But I always felt like we're the same age.
I know because it's either you're very mature or I'm very immature.
Baka pwede naman 3-year age gap na lang. We meet in the middle.
Yeah. So,
Well, ako naman.
wait, you were talking about, sorry. Can I, maganda
before-
kasi yung segue ko eh. Okay.
Ako maganda yung segue
Fine,
ko.
fine.
Hindi, I just want to say na for the longest time, actually, Lauren has been, I've seen Lauren as Sab's friend. Okay, oh, Lauren's here. Oh, that's Sab's friend. Okay. And you said you were always out. And dun tayo, parang yun yung friendship natin before. Like,
Yeah.
hey, it's Lauren.
Yeah.
Shot. And then, honestly, like, I had the best conversation with you in Megan's wedding.
Doon tayo naging best friends, Jim.
Yes, dun tayo naging best friends. One, Lauren saved me from a fucking panic attack, which I've never had. And two, I got to know you. I mean, I heard your story. And that's what I wanted to... Kasi, I want actually for you to share, like, ano ba yung kwento mo? Like, how from Subic.
Yeah, you said you're living with your friends from Subic because you were born in Subic. No,
Yes.
you weren't born
No,
in Subic.
I was born
You
in
were
the States. Yeah, so I was
You
born...
grew up in Subic.
I grew up in Subic. So when I was about 6, that was in the year 2000, we moved from the States to the Philippines because my mom wanted us to learn the culture because my dad's American and my mom is full Filipina. So syempre, parang she's like, oh, pinagbigyan na kita. So side ko naman, sabi niya sa dad ko. So we moved here and then we moved to Zambales. So I actually lived in the province first, in Castillejos, for 2 years. Coming from like a white suburb in America, and then they threw me to like the most provincial place I've ever been in, where in like my school, no one spoke English. There was like 5 kids who spoke English. And out of the 5, the 3 were me, Megan, and Victor. So like it was really hard for us to make friends. So parang throwing us into that situation, you know, we really had to learn Tagalog super fast. And because we couldn't communicate with anyone. And then after that, we moved to Subic because it's like 30 minutes away lang from where we first were. And my dad was in the Navy and he was based in Subic. So, dun niya naisipan tumira kasi dun yung retirement nila ni na mom and dad. And then, you know, it was like the whole showbiz shebang. So, hello, Manila!
At what age?
I was 11 when I joined show business, mostly because Megan was starting out and then I got scouted and I was like, wala naman akong ginagawa. Sige na nga. As in, sobrang, casual lang talaga yung mga nangyayari sa buhay ko nun. They were like, do you want to be an artista? I'm like, okay, whatever, sige. So, like, artista ako. And then, you know, it just
Wait, where did you start?
ABS at 11 years old.
Was it a specific show?
I was in a youth-oriented show called All About Your Love.
Love.
Yeah. It was a really cool show because like my character, she was like a lesbian. And like I was like 12 years old. I didn't know what a lesbian was. And you know, it really helped open up my mind to the other parts of this world. And I think that's what helped me really become open as well because of the characters that I've come to portray. And so yeah, I started when I was 12 and then I was in ABS until I was like 18 and then I moved to GMA. And then I think what really shaped me was when my parents actually separated because my parents separated when I was about 17 years old and ako yung bunso in the family. So I'm a very angry child. I was a very angry kid, and my parents separating just made me angrier. And you know, it took a lot for me to kind of get over that. I mean, Saab saw me when I was like 18, so that was like super fresh pa when my dad left. And you know, it was really hard for my family because he decided to have another family, which is normal, you know. I take it as something that it happens. It just so happened that it happened to me and my family. And ever since then, parang naging breadwinners kami ni Megan in a sense. And from there, I was really forced to, be on my own and grow up fast, start working, start saving. And yeah, it was really tough, but it's something that I'm very thankful for. I mean, I make mistakes all the time. Like, I didn't know how to save my money until recently, and that's like this is like the biggest challenge that I've had in my life. But the good thing about it is I have a very different concept now when it comes to money. So I used to think, I said, that money really made you as a person. Like, if you had a lot of money, you're successful, you're wanted in this world, you'll have a lot of friends. But now I treat money as just something that I need sometimes if I need to buy food or if I need to pay my bills, but not something that I need to have any social relevance in this world. And so, sobrang chill na ako ngayon from like the angry kid that I used. As in, grabe talaga ako magalit dati. Like, I would like black out and like I wouldn't remember what I was saying or doing. Like, it's something that I admit to myself. Like, I had a really bad attitude when it came to dealing with
Lauren,
things.
I mean, I hate to cut you off, but I just need to let you know that's not at all what I saw, what I experienced. You guys, the three of you, were so strong, especially because I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but right when your parents separated, your mom also had to move abroad because she went back to work.
Yeah.
And so you guys were basically on your own, and you just worked, and understandably you had some emotions, diba?
Yeah.
But you really handled it really well. I have to give it to you and your siblings.
And in fairness, Lauren, like, ang dami ko nang nakilalang kupal sa mundo. And you were not one of them. I mean, you were never like an asshole. Like, tangina.
Not at all.
Like, I've never heard you talk like, oh my God, kayosi ko si Deether. I mean, you never, I mean,
Parang ang layo ng age gap, Jim. What the fuck?
I mean,
But Lauren, before anything, I was having shower thoughts. Kanina.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, a lot of people use these bad moments, these hang-ups in their lives, in their younger lives, as an excuse for their behavior. And I came up with something. It explains it. It doesn't excuse it.
Exactly, it doesn't. It doesn't.
ganda.
Yep, you can quote me on that.
Yeah, because honestly, we've had a lot of friends who's had mommy daddy issues until now, and they ended up not being our friends anymore, and because they kept going back to that. And again, I go back to you and Lauren just for even when we weren't close, you were never like you were very genuine. You were a genuine person. Like,
Thank you.
You would ask me about like my band. Alam mo yun, parang, what music do you do? Alam mo yung ganun, may ganun, hindi siya yung parang, hindi ka pa tumutugtog sa ASAP? I mean, wala kang, parang you were never like, if I'm not in ASAP, I'm not in real life.
Yeah.
Parang,
Yeah, that's what I love about Lauren and Megan. And I know a lot of people say this about you guys, but you're not, let's be real here. There are some people in showbiz who won't really be nice to people who they can't, parang who won't bring them up the ladder,
Ako kasi, I've always had this mentality when it came to showbiz. Like, I treat showbiz as my 9 to 5. It's just a job that I have, and it's a great job. I have a lot of perks with it. But at the end of the day, when I go home, I'm me, and I'm not the contribida that I portray on TV.
You're not?
Sometimes. But it's just something that I do, but it's not who I am. I don't let it define me, because I pride myself to think and to know that if I wasn't an actress, I could do 10 other things. Like, it's not the end of the world, diba? And I feel like that's what I find so sad in this industry is parang akala mo pag tinignan mo kasi yung mga artista na ang confident nila. Bullshit. They're the most insecure people that you'll ever meet.
Yep.
Honestly, they are, because they're so used to having, syempre, not everyone, but a lot of them, they're so used to having a spectacle of people around them, praising them, and yes men, and saying, okay lang yan, hindi, okay, ganyan, ikaw naman si ganyan, lifting them up and licking their assholes for fucking attention. And, I'm not like that, diba? And, parang, it's just so sad. Sorry for the term.
Excuse me, would you like your asshole licked?
Diba? But like, it's like a lot of ass licking going literally and figuratively. Shout out, but like, but diba? Like, I'm not like that. Like I know my flaws and I know my strengths, and it's just so sad because they are built to think na artista ka lang, hanggang
Yeah.
dito ka lang, ito lang yung kaya mong gawin. So it's no surprise why they are so cutthroat in that industry. It's because they're so insecure that they feel like pag nawala na kasi to, wala na akong relevance, wala na akong kabuhayan, I don't have money. And, you know, a lot of people really depend on that. Like, people crave for relevance, you know?
Yeah.
Like, me kasi, I'm an actor, well, because the money's good, honestly. And because I like to act, but I hate the fame that comes with it. I mean, I don't mind taking pictures with people. I always think it's 5 minutes out of my day if it makes someone happy. But I don't like to be put on a pedestal as if I'm the most important person in this world, because I know I'm not. You know, it's just about knowing your place, but at the same time having confidence instilled in yourself to know that you can do so much more than this, and this is not just who you are. There's so many different things about you that you can be proud of. So if I wasn't, like, I haven't acted in a year, and if this happened to me like 2 years ago, I'd be like, oh my God, wala na akong makuha sa akin, o di na ako sikat, or whatever. And, like, you know, if they gave me a show tomorrow, great. I'll be super grateful and happy to have work. But if they didn't, so what? I'll do something else.
Yeah.
Diba?
Well, you know, I think that even applies to non-artistas, because
Yeah, it
you know,
does.
like, whatever field naman you get here, you get in here is, you enter a culture where if you're not, you know, 1 billion% into this, if you do other things, if you have other passions, then you're fucked. You know, you can't succeed. So yeah. Anyway, what I wanted to ask you is, so diba, you were 11, got into showbiz. I wanna do a quick deep dive on love team life.
Okay.
Like, how serious is it? Seriously, like, I want to know, like, how serious is the, like, if you were to put a percentage, ilang percent ng love team talagang sila, and like, what goes behind the scenes? Can you? I'm sorry, I don't know.
Ako kasi, well,
You only had one love team, right? When you started out.
I had two ata. AJ, who passed away, and I was
Such a cutie.
such a nice guy, and si JM De Guzman.
Jay and De Guzman was your love team?
Yeah, and like Enrique for like one show. But it's just like one show. And like me kasi, personally, I never get involved with people that I work with. You know this, I've never dated like my love teams or people in my show. I'm not even like friends with them really, because ako talaga work lang ako eh. But like,
Yeah.
I see a lot of people like, marami akong alam na yung mga akala nyo mag-love team na sila, they don't even talk to each other in real life. Or it's like because like they know how to separate their work and their real life. And
Is it
sorry, go ahead.
But it's it's not uncommon ha. I've worked with people who have been doing this like parang kumbaga their world na talaga is showbiz.
Yeah.
So that's the only way, like
Sila lang magkakilala
parang
din.
magliligawan lang talaga kung sino yung on the
I mean,
show.
it
And then parang
goes
it's just like,
both ways eh.
What?
Yeah.
No.
But like, ako
What?
kasi,
I'm sorry,
like,
hindi ko
pero,
na-gets yun. What?
and
Like,
that,
I've worked with people who have asked to parang naman ligaw.
Linigawan
Tapos parang,
ka.
and I'm just like, no, I don't even know you.
exactly.
Pero isn't that, why is that unfair? I mean,
It's not unfair. I'm just shocked because one, I don't think I'm like girlfriend material, and two, it's just weird because like we're acting together, so just no.
Parang ano kasi
Hindi,
sila, Jim, ang lumalabas is magliligawan lang sila because
Kung
all
sino
they
lang
do,
yung meron.
oo, kasi sila lang yung laging magkakasama. So
I find it
imagine
weird.
you're with someone 24 hours a day taping, in between you're doing promotions and stuff. So parang in a sense, it's kind of weird na magkasama na nga tayo lagi. You want us
Yes.
to be together romantically pa as well. But also, in a sense, it makes sense because some people, porket sila na nga lang lagi yung magkakasama, they become drawn to each other and they connect and then they have a relationship. But like, there's a difference kasi na parang yung iba, it's genuine. And talagang they build something real out of it. But then you can smell it talaga when they're just like, sige na nga, siya yun nandyan eh. Wala na, parang easy eh. Alam mo, yung mga ganun there's like a shit ton of assholes in showbiz. Like, men and women, you know? They're like, a lot of them are like that.
Just to clarify, I'm on the same page, Lauren. I just really felt like, yun nga, na just because like I'm the only girl here right now in this parang in this taping tent, that's
Ako
why
na lang,
we have nothing in common. That's why it was weird to me. But
maybe naman because of who it was. Pero actually you know what, parang nagtataka lang ako, like parang how is it possible that you're with this attractive person
okay,
all
okay,
the time and you know you kiss and shit and you don't fall in love, or parang why not like, wait, after nito tara.
You know why? Because you see how
Why?
gross they are off camera.
You see what?
You see how
You
gross
see
they
them-
are off
yeah.
camera.
you know why? Kasi bad breath sila.
Because like me, I've like made out with a ton of dudes because of work. And I've done sex scenes.
Is it
you know?
required to use tongue for you? Because
I never use tongue.
yeah, I don't think so. Locally, that's weird.
Yeah, but like there are some like ano ba, if it's like an indie, I think, and like if the director asks me to make it passionate and use tongue, I mean I'll use tongue. I'll just brush my tongue after. But like if it's not needed, then I won't. It's just like,
So-
am I gonna show my nipple just for the sake of showing a nipple? Diba? Like, no, you have to tell me why I need to show my nipple on TV. Because it's always gonna be there.
Paano
Ganun
na kaya
yun.
mga kissing scene now moving forward, no?
Ano, may
My face.
Yeah, pero you know what? You know what I find myself
bawal.
doing?
The guidelines, bawal may
Oh,
kissing
bawal.
scenes and fight scenes.
When I watch shows now, I get like, oh my god, they're holding hands. Oh my god, they're in a party. That's anyway. My question is, ano yung, I don't know if you can answer this, but who has, ay parang is the level of power behind the scenes in making a love team really that, ano, parang kumbaga controlling?
Oh
Give
yeah.
us the insider, ano.
Like,
Super.
I remember when I was working on a show, it's so useless for me to pretend when I just said I only had 2 love teams, right? So it's one or the other. Like I was doing the show with JM, and like parang during that time we had, you know, boyfriends and girlfriends na hindi namin ka-show, but then I think they've kind of like forced us to like, you know, always sit beside each other, and they kept asking him to talk to me and try to connect with me and stuff. And then I straight up told him, I think because like this is such a long time ago, I think I straight up told him, I was like, I know you're dating this person, I'm dating this person. If they want us to sit beside each other, let's just do it. And like, let's just act. Because I think they tried to do that because we didn't have chemistry. So, like, for the first few days, wala kaming chemistry gaano. So, parang, syempre, it's you can't fake chemistry. So, they wanted us to kind of hang out just so that we could, like, kind of build that trust and have that chemistry
Bond.
together, the bond. And then eventually, you know, we just became friends. And then I think we were able to do a pretty good show. And but like, I know a lot of people who force other ka-love teams na, uy, ask them out, like, do this, labas naman kayo and stuff. And
Kasi
I
it's
think
gonna make it the marketing better, no?
yeah, but like if it's like for marketing purposes, I think that's something that these corporations shouldn't do, because you have no control over and no say over my personal life unless it starts to get in the way of my career. You get it?
Pero para sa akin, if you're thinking of it like as a 9 to 5 business thing, wouldn't acting like you're together be part of the parang building the business?
Yeah.
Diba? Parang wala naman kaming sinabing kami talaga in real life but that's what you guys are thinking, you know. It's
No, I think what makes it different with Pinoy culture is that imagine if people in the States were like, putang ina, may dinidate si Tom Hanks na iba. Hindi si Meg Ryan.
Magalit
Sorry, that's an
sila.
old reference.
they're kind of like that though, like with Timothy Chalamet.
Or si Noel Baumbach. Ano?
No, Gagu, that's a director.
I Noah
Centennial.
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 And the
See,
girl.
that Asian girl.
Si Korean.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vietnamese.
Yeah, that's why I said Asian.
Asian. Sorry.
So, I don't know, parang hindi ganitong ka-wild.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dito
kasi,
wild.
diba?
Wild yung
Dito-
love team culture. At saka dito parang, like, may kita mo, pansin mo, yung mga sumisikat na mga tao, yung mga may ka-love team. Because
Yeah.
talagang that's what the Philippines wants. And you can't really blame them because, it's nice to watch love stories and the man fighting for the girl and falling in love and all that ek burek ek. But, but like, I think when it comes to just like dating in real life, I'm sorry, I'm like super against that because I like to make hiwalay my work and my personal life. Like when I go home, I'd like to not think about the people that I spent 24 hours a day with, small talking and making sampalan and working. I just want to relax. I want showbiz out of my head and just be with myself.
Pero kaya nga nakakakilig yung song ng Itchy Worms na Love Team.
Ah, yeah,
Kasi you know that song, Lauren, right?
No.
The one about Kim Chu and Gerald. Sorry, that's like you were younger. But they had a song called Love Team. And it's about being in a love team, tas being actually in love with your partner, and your partner's just doing it for marketing. And it's a beautiful song.
It's an
I'll
amazing.
listen to that later. Baka I'll think of some other people.
I have a last question on that. Ay, sorry.
Ano?
Wala. Baka may maisip
Kami ni Jim,
ako
we're just
mga tao.
acting right now.
It's
Just
for
so
the
we can sell this
podcast.
fucking podcast.
You're putting on a great show.
I mean, 2 kids in, that's an investment.
That's not panning out well.
What?
I mean,
What?
it was supposed to be funny. I'm sorry, we're watching this show that's very maraming mga one-liners. I'm trying to incorporate it in my
Your
daily
daily
life.
life.
And- okay. Anyway, my
Sad.
other question, Lauren. What was the worst? Parang when you read a script, like you read it and you were like, "Puta naman, seryoso ba to?" Like,
Dami.
Kontrabida ka eh. So I'm sure, have you been killed or something? Or like,
I think, kasi pag teleserye, kasi, like, I already have that mindset na parang half of it's gonna be really good, but half of it's gonna kind of suck, But, like, I think it was, like, last year, Tita Pia, Mom Saab is my manager kasi. So, she sent me a script. She was like, hey, I have this movie inquiry for you. So, what she does is,
I think
she
I know
lets me read it first. Like, she doesn't read it. She lets me read it, and then I get back to her, and I explain to her why I want to do it or why I don't want to do it. And then, basically, ako yung taga-basa. Kukwento ko na lang kay Tita Pia, and then she'll read it on after. And then she sent me the script. Like, it was just, like, a shit ton of sex. Like, sex. And then, like, wait lang. Alam mo ba ito, Saab?
yeah, I know.
Kung sino yung kasama ko.
Yep. So that's why I know of it. Because in fairness to my mom, she never talks to me about your stuff.
Yeah.
But I know of this because can
Yeah.
we share it? Can we share?
I mean,
Is it okay?
I don't mind it. But, like, I want to respect other people's privacy. Basically, I had an ex, and then it was gonna be my ex that I was gonna have sex with on screen like multiple times. And then I called Tita Pia, and like honestly, it wasn't the fact that it was him, cause like I really don't care. You know me, I'm like super like nonchalant. Like whenever we see each other, I'm just like, hey, okay, bye. Ganun lang ako eh. And then sobrang casual lang, and then. It wasn't that like I could give a fuck, like we'll work together, G. But like it was like parang walang point kung bakit kami nagsisex.
Yes, the story was it was really weird. It was
Softcore
really softcore. Yeah. It
And
really
I was just like, when I read it, so I counted how many sex scenes. I was like 20 scenes. And I was just
Whoa.
like, what the fuck? Like every day I gotta like go to work making sure that like I have like not even like one strand of hair on my leg. Like that's such a hassle. Like I gotta be like imagine like cause like sobrang awkward kaya mag-shoot ng sex scenes because like
have you done one?
yeah, I've done a lot of sex scenes.
Really?
Yeah, like I like scenes where like it's like and like getting eaten out and like everything. Like
Wow.
yeah, like I've done a lot of
Mature.
mature or whatever. She mature or whatever. But like it's really awkward because honestly, like halimbawa, let's say the guy's like going down on you. He's not really going down on you. Like he's just
What's he
like,
doing? What? While I have you, we have new designs on www.linealinea.ph, where 10% of all sales will go to our beneficiaries. Thank you so much for your support. What's he doing?
Off
parang
cam, like,
ganun
what's he
lang
do?
siya. Parang,
Really?
Blah, blah,
ganun
blah,
lang.
blah.
No, pero I mean, this is what I've always wanted to.
Gumaganon siya.
May sound effect siya para ma-pick up ng lapel niya.
Anyway.
Moving on. Last, Lauren.
Over
I
it.
want to ask also. So you have now you've become very vocal recently.
Yes.
And before we get to that, I want to ask, like, could you imagine Lauren 5 years ago? Would she see Lauren now doing what you're doing and being very vocal? Do you think young Lauren would say like, "Whoa"? What do you think?
Lauren, go.
Yeah, so if it was 6 years ago, I really don't think that I would be saying the things that I was saying. Kasi sobrang yun nga, I was weak shit and I cared about what people thought about me, their opinions of me, and the impressions that I would leave with them. And basically very people pleaser in a sense. And even if it meant not speaking my truth and not being who I was, I would still continue to do it because I thought I needed to impress these people more than be honest with myself. So I'm glad that I grew up from that because now I speak my mind and now I'm not scared for people to see what I really think because parang I was asked a question the other day, like sabi nila, yung mga millennials daw ngayon or yung mga Gen Z, they're mas ginagamit nila yung boses nila and mas opinionated sila and they sometimes talk back to the older people around them, and they asked me if that's something that I agree with. And if before tinanong sa akin yun, I'd be like, ay hindi, dapat respeto ka pa rin, dapat ganyan ka kasi mas nakakatanda sila sa'yo, when in fact that's not what I think, and that's not what I think of. Like, I mean, to an extent, yes, you should respect your elders, but also at the same time, if everything that's coming out of your mouth is bullshit, I'm sorry, but I'm going to call you out because you
Yeah.
can. I mean, I won't stand for someone projecting and telling me mga maling bagay or incorrect information when if you are older than me and you claim to be wiser than me, then why don't you educate yourself? You just want to talk just to prove a point? You just want to talk to be heard when walang substance naman yung lumalabas sa bibig mo? I hate
Most
people like
especially
that.
when they're being condescending pa because
Like,
you're younger.
Oo, kaya nagustuhan ko yung ginawa ni Frankie Pangilinan, the Iha Home Movement. Because it's a perfect example of an older person talking down to someone dahil mas bata siya at feeling niya, porket mas bata siya, mas wala siyang alam. That's not the case. There are some people who are twice my age who have less experience than I do, and what, just because you're older than me, I'm going to listen to you? What if hindi mo pinagdaanan yung pinagdaanan ko? Mas tama ka pa rin porket mas matanda ka sa akin? That's not the case. And I think there's just so much value in, I mean, I'll put out my opinion. If you want to listen to it and if you agree with it, great. That means we're on the same page. But at the same time, if you don't and you tell me why and you can explain to me how I can better my opinion and learn more, then I will apply that. But if you're just going to call me out and be like, hindi, mali ka eh. And pag tinanong kita, bakit ako mali? If hindi mo masagot, then I'm not wrong. You get what I mean? You have to back it up before you come at me. So yun lang yun.
So how is it dealing with trolls?
Honestly, like, parang whenever, because like, syempre, I've been getting a lot of flack on social media or whatever.
or whatever.
or whatever. And like people, like my friends have been like messaging me. They're like, oh, ang galing, like I'm really proud of you. And that makes me really happy that my friends are reaching out to me, and people, and even people that I don't know. But like if there are like 100 people messaging me, there's like 1,000 people hating on me. And honestly, sometimes like it gets me down just because I'm still a very sensitive person, and especially when they were messaging me, honestly, I was on my period, so like I was hella PMSing, so sobrang sensitive ko. And then after that, parang na-realize ko, I was like, tangina, pag nakita mo naman ako, di mo kaya sabihin sa mukha ko, magpapapicture ka lang sa akin. Charot!
It's true though. It's true.
And
Though.
I mean, like, why would I get affected when someone calls me laos? It's like, it's not the truth, because I'm not laos. Never naman ako sumikat ng bongga. So, jokes on you, fucker. Joke lang.
No, that's not true, Lauren. I mean, that's why they find you. That's why they know who you are. That's why your opinion really bugs them. It's because you are well known. And that really bugs me that they think laos is like the most hurtful thing ever.
It's not.
For an artista, and it's just like, dude, who gives a fuck?
Fuck.
I
Yeah,
mean,
who does? Sabing, like I liked what Sab tweeted before. Parang someone was like, kausapin mo yung 1.2 million followers ko. Samantala yung nag-tweet sa kanya, parang 3 followers lang. Like,
No, 'cause
laos
I-
ako. Ano ba? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like that, Like, I mean, okay, sige. You call me laos, you call me fat, you call me ganyan-ganyan or whatever. I mean, it doesn't hurt me because I know who I am. And I know that I won't resort to calling people bad name. I mean, joke, I did that once. Sorry. Joke lang, not sorry.
it's kind of may ano naman, may reason behind naman your name calling. And I wouldn't
Yeah.
say you were wrong. 'Cause
Thank you, Sab.
what the person did was really dumb.
Yeah.
I
What
mean,
is this?
So I think we'll just talk about it off air. Do
Eh,
you want to talk about it unless you're comfortable talking
No,
about it?
Tita
do you
Pia
just-
doesn't want me talking about it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Kasi wag daw bigyan ng platform
Yes,
na
wag
yung
na,
tao.
wag na bigyan ng airtime. Yeah, totoo.
Actually, like, when Sab was pregnant with Pancho and Luna, that was when she was very vocal nga about the administration. And, for me, like, ever since we started dating, like, we never, like, I was very happy that I never, like, experienced, like, yung mga putang ina mo, ganyan, like, at most, it was like, Francine, pa-picture, Francine, ganun. That was it. But, when that happened, she really, and I was so shocked, like, because si Sab is so strong that she only would break down, like, once every 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Parang ganon. And then, parang pag hindi na niya, I had no idea. And then when I checked her phone one time, like, oh my God, this is what people are saying to you?
Oh, yeah. up to
Yeah,
now,
it's a
up to now.
lot.
Especially on my
So can you
Facebook
share?
page.
Meron pa rin.
Yeah. There are still people who,
And
still
honestly, they'll
wish
never
me
go
to
away.
die.
Yeah.
And want me to be raped. And
Yeah.
it's not fun, but also I'm just like, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah.
And it's the human, it's, alam mo, Lauren, it's not just you, it's not just me. It's the human brain rin talaga na I mean, it's completely not normal for someone to want you to die or to want you to get
Yeah.
raped. It's not, okay? So I think that's not what most people go through. But just to put it into perspective of our listeners, because I'm sure they also get trolled sometimes by people who, maybe
A
not
fat uncle or
yeah, maybe they won't like give you death threats or anything, but they will troll you or like will make you feel small.
Yeah.
I think it's the human brain. Na even if you have so much support, even if everyone's saying, "Oh, good job speaking out, dami mong likes," yung isang tao na magsasabi sa'yo na parang,
It'll get
"Ano
to
ba-
you.
Ano bang ambag mo?"
Uh-oh.
Yun yung makikita mo. Our brain just really
Yeah.
goes there and it magnifies that because parang what we won't be able to understand. And
Yeah.
it takes a lot of learnings for us to be able to get on this level na, Lauren. Na
Yeah.
we're just able to completely ignore it. And Lauren, I'm telling you right now, you think you're able to right now, but I'm letting you know na there will still be breakdowns.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure there will still be breakdowns because it's not fucking normal. It's not.
Yeah.
But it will definitely get better. You'll learn to really ignore it. Even if
Yeah.
it's, kasi ako, nahahasad ako when I see that it's not a troll, when it's an actual live person.
Yeah. I think
Kasi it
dun
really
ako
bothers me.
mas affected ako when it's someone who's educated
Yeah.
who actually says hurtful things to me because
Yeah.
all I can think about, I mean, honestly, I don't really know if they're truly educated because it could just be they have like nice photos and stuff on Instagram, diba? But like sometimes I just think na parang mas hurtful galing sa kanila because one, you'd think na parang they should know better. They should know better not to speak to other people this way. Kasi pag yung mga troll na sinasabi na parang dilawan ka or like bobo ka or whatever, like parang expected na yun eh. Kasi di ba binabayaran sila or whatever. And ang dami nila and they all have like one dialogue. But if it's something that seems so personalized and customized and they really thought about it and took the time to message me like that, I'm just like, oh fuck, like what did I do, you know? But like sometimes I take it as something that's really bad, but also sometimes I like to read through it and see, did I do something wrong? Is there something about me that truly affected this person this way for them to take the time to message me? And is there somehow that I can improve on myself? But then, if alam ko naman talaga na wala akong ginawa and I am in the right, then I'm just like, okay, that's how you feel. Thanks for messaging me. I don't reply, but in my head, I'm like, thanks for messaging me, but like, I didn't do anything wrong. So, nagsayang ka lang ng oras. Sorry.
Do we expect a celebrity notes screen cap of an apology soon?
No, I never do that. I never do that. Like, you know why?
Parang
Kasi,
sana naman
I'm
lang.
sorry you were offended.
diba? Ako kasi,
A non-apology.
that's my thing with this, with this, diba, there's this thing called...
Cancel culture.
Sorry. Should we continue?
No, sure, yeah, we can.
Okay. Okay. Yung call out culture, yung cancel culture, diba? And I super hate it. Like that's my pet peeve when I see like influencers or celebrities post on their notes because they can't fit it in 200 and whatever characters, so they have to write a long ass message, take a screenshot and post it. Like I hate that because you know what happens? They feel like porket nag-apologize sila that we as the viewers or readers have to accept their apology. When in fact, hindi porket nag-apologize ka, I'll be like, okay, all is forgotten. I forgive you. No, I have the right to deny that apology. It doesn't excuse your behavior. It doesn't make what you did right. And then they use it as a crutch. Kasi na parang, oh sige, okay lang. I can still not educate myself and I can still blabber on like an asshole and then I'll just post a screenshot of my apology and get away with it again. Like that's
But
why.
I guess but I guess it's not for everyone, ha. Ako,
Not for everyone.
I give some people the benefit of the doubt when I feel like, you know, they're, kasi I just imagine, Lauren, if people were as vocal as they, if we had social media when I was in high school or college, I would have been so fucking canceled because I was younger and I didn't know any
Yeah.
better. Now all I want is just like, oh, there's a fucking platform to speak. Like, I did so much stupid shit on my blog before.
Yeah.
And I just don't want people to be all defensive because they're called out and they just feel like, oh my God, I don't want to be canceled. Oh my God.
Yeah,
And
pero
I just-
kasi Sab, karamihan din kasi na makikita mo ngayon, the people who are apologizing online and making these stupid remarks, they're not
young.
that age. They're not that age. Matanda na sila. They should know better. And that's what makes it frustrating because they use social media like it's privilege. You know, it really is privilege to have social media and to be able to use your voice that way and not be scared and to be able to just apologize on a screenshot and then be forgiven. And you know, that's something that I don't take lightly because I've seen these people again and again just fuck up and apologize and fuck up and apologize. And that's why for me, I cancel them because if they're just gonna do it again and again, their apology is nothing to me.
Yeah.
Kasi wala silang natutunan.
Yeah.
Diba? I mean, gets ko kasi yung mga tipong tao na parang, okay, they'll apologize and then you really genuinely see that they're bettering themselves and they're applying what they learned. Pero yung iba, they just apologize para lang hindi sila mawala ng endorsements.
Yeah.
Diba? Iba na yun. Iba na yun.
Yeah.
Who's an example of that?
We're not gonna name
Dami.
names.
No.
Screenshot ko
exactly-
sa'yo later. Dami ako nakasave.
Di ba si ano? Wag na, wag na, wag na.
Dami, ang dami.
So okay, I think again, like most of the listeners, they're not, they don't have to deal with like dilawan ka o bosen potang ina mo. But they do deal with what you mentioned, Lauren, kanina, na you were at a place in your life before where the affirmation of other people mattered the most. So my question is, what would be your advice for people who are still in that, where, their source of happiness is a coworker, a friend saying, "Uy, ang ganda ng bag mo," or parang ang ganda ng pictures mo," or whatever. What would be your advice?
I think, ako kasi, I really do sometimes believe that the most cliche thing is the most genuine advice that you can get. And for me, what helped me was, learning to love myself. As cliche as that sounds. But not just loving yourself, but also, getting to know yourself and knowing what makes you happy. And if you know how to give yourself happiness on your own, then you won't have to depend on other people. But it takes a long time. I mean, I've been battling and struggling with it for years to love myself. And like even now, I mean, I may say that I do love myself, but maybe I don't love myself 100% yet. And that's okay, because there will be things about yourself that you will hate. But it's either you change it or you accept it and learn how to deal with it. Yun lang talaga yun. But I always believe in, I don't compare myself to other people. I'm always thankful for what I have and not for what I lack. And I just make do with the things that are in front of me already. And I make do with it in a sense na it's gonna be so great. And then when it's great, it's because I know I use the materials presented to me and not because I was complaining na, ay sayang wala akong ganito. It could have been better if I had this. It would have been more successful. It's just being grateful for what you have and not what you have.
And what have you done in the quarantine that you think could help other people also in learning to love themselves?
Ano nga ba? I didn't shave my legs for a week and I was fine.
Wait, I think
Joke lang.
I think we didn't get to tackle pala what was the transition between you not speaking out and
Oo nga pala.
you finding your voice. What triggered it? What was the process? How did you find the courage?
I think, like me, how I found the courage to use my voice was parang at first kasi the reason why I wasn't sharing my opinion is because I didn't know how to fully form my opinion in words, because you see how I talk. I blab and I stutter and I do this. Like my head is always all over the place, and that's just who I am. And I had a hard time translating that in like the perfect sentence. And yun yung una kong pagkakamali. It had to be perfect. It had to be retweetable and likable and trending or whatever. And then when I got that out of my head, and I was just like, no, you know what? This is what I feel about this issue, and I'm going to say it in the shortest way I can possible, but still make my point. It started from there. It started by, reading tweets from other people, looking at those mga infographics or whatever, and finding, oh, does this apply to me? Is this how I feel? Do I resonate with it? Until I began forming my own opinions and my own sentences. And then I just, honestly, when I first started, before I sent that first tweet, it took me 20 minutes to read it over and over again and to see, tama ba to? Tama ba yung sinasabi ko? Wait, what if I get hated for this or bashed? And then I just got over it and I sent it. And then ever since then, I don't do it because people retweet me. I do it because I get these DMs from people saying like, like when I tweeted that, oo, mataba ako, ano ngayon? Diba? I tweeted that. And
That was so good. That was
thank
a clap
you.
back.
But like, okay, people were like, oh, I stan you or whatever. And that's super great to hear, but that's not why I did it. Wait now, sorry. Something happened to my microphone. Wala.
Ayan, meron na.
Ayan, sorry, did you see the shock on my face? Anyway, and I didn't do it for that. I did it because I had a lot of women DMing me personally and saying, you know what, I've struggled so much with loving myself because of how I look like. I struggled because of people calling me names and my family and my friends treating me this way just because of my personal appearance and my physical appearance. And because I tweeted something so short, you know, it helped them find the confidence to not just identify themselves na mataba ako, ito lang yung pwede kong gawin, ito lang ako kasi mataba ako. So that's why I do it. I do it because there are women who need to hear that and who do resonate with it, and I appreciate when they personally message me and thank me for it because I don't need the praises online. But I much prefer connecting with people on a more personal level.
That's awesome. That's awesome,
great.
Lauren. I think you are truly just such a wise lady, and I would love to have you back on the pod to help us answer some Mali bags.
Oh yeah, I've been listening to that. I've always wanted to answer that.
Yay! Yeah, we have a lot of. Would you rather do love or career advice? Any family? What about family advice?
I can do all.
You do.
I like talking about love.
Sige.
Yeah, why don't
that.
so to all the pod kids, if you have questions for Lauren, send a malibag to
wakeup@spellsab.com. Subject is Ate Lauren.
Yeah.
At hello po, ate. Malobag. Charot.
Hello po.
po.
Get it? Because Lauren's nickname is Lo. L-O. Okay. Yeah, so Lauren,
This was great.
is there anything you want to plug? You have a YouTube channel or
Just follow me on Twitter or whatever. Thanks, guys.
or whatever?
Oh, whatever.
This has been great.
Thanks,
Lo.
guys.
I love catching up with you.
Yeah.
And I hope you
was
continue
fun.
to be vocal and not be ashamed of speaking your mind.
Yeah.
Because
Thank
your mind is
you.
amazing.
Thank you. Jim,
Love
best
you.
friends pa ba tayo after this?
We're ultra best
Wait,
friends.
before we end, tell me about what happened at Megan's wedding. What did you talk about? What advice did you give Jim?
It wasn't about the panic attack, but it
You
was
had a panic. I don't even remember that. I was like kind of
Jim
drunk.
was having a panic attack, but Lauren didn't know, but she was talking
Yeah,
to you.
Oh,
she calmed
really?
you down.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
No, I was asking her about like, have you ever felt like nakakatawa, everyone was dancing and it was like I kept going back to Lauren and I was like saying, Lauren, yung fingers mo ever ba nag-numb? Yeah, I get that. Yeah. So whatever. So anyway.
Yeah, it was
It
an
does.
actual legit panic attack.
And
Wow.
then she, by her
I
making
calmed you
kwento
down.
about her life, I was like, wow, damn, Lauren's so fucking deep.
Yan, dami ko.
Aw.
Kunento ko kay Jim yung buong buhay ko. In the span of like 20 minutes.
Aw. Well,
We're gonna have you back.
yeah, we're gonna have you back.
Yay.
Thanks,
We
Lo.
can
I
talk
love
about
you.
my daddy issues
Bye.
too. Charot, bye.
Bye.